If you're a man over 45, then let's face it, intimacy isn't as straightforward as it used to be. The desire is there, but sometimes your body seems to follow its own rules. What if I told you that mastering the art of when to start and end during sex can reignite the passion and excitement of your younger days? Today, we're going to explore the key advice every older man needs to make the most of their intimate experiences. Buckle up, because what you're about to learn can transform everything, yes, everything. Let's dive in. The importance of timing. As men age, one thing becomes abundantly clear: timing is everything. Whether you're just starting out or wrapping things up, knowing the right time to engage is critical for both your satisfaction and your partner's. But here's the catch: the timing isn't just about physical readiness. It's about the emotional and psychological connection too. And gentlemen, this is where many men stumble. Look, it's not a race, fellas. No medals for finishing too early, and no trophies for hanging around too long. The goal: pleasure for both, not just endurance. Now, here's something most men don't think about: the power of anticipation. Starting too early, when your partner isn't mentally or emotionally there, can throw off the entire experience. This doesn't just impact her, it impacts you too. You see, the brain plays a crucial role in intimacy, and if you're not in sync emotionally, your body will notice. But what happens when the body doesn't respond the way you expect? That's when things get tricky, and I'll explain how to deal with that in just a minute. Navigating the peaks. Now let's talk about the middle part. When things are heating up, control is your best ally. It's not just about sustaining physical energy, it's about reading the signs. You want to be fully present, engaged in the moment. Because the truth is, men over 45 face a new set of challenges: stamina, performance, and confidence. And the biggest mistake older men make: rushing through the process. Let me ask you this: have you ever been so excited that things, well, ended a bit earlier than expected? Pause happens to the best of us. But the key is learning how to manage excitement without losing it. Slow down. Use pauses as opportunities to build anticipation. Believe it or not, when you slow the pace, it enhances your control, and in turn, it makes the entire experience far more enjoyable for both partners. I think of it like cooking a fine meal. If you rush, you'll burn the steak. But if you take your time, let it sizzle just right, well, you get the idea. When you master control, you also create a space where both of you can explore deeper levels of pleasure. And here's the best part: it's in these moments that many younger women find a man truly irresistible. But hold on, how do you know when it's time to wrap things up without leaving her wanting more or yourself feeling depleted? When and how to conclude? The ending. It's just as important as the start, if not more so. The last thing you want is for things to fizzle out awkwardly or abruptly. So when do you know it's time to end? It's about intuition. Read your partner's signals. Is she still engaged, or are you both beginning to wind down? But remember, the goal isn't just about finishing. It's about leaving a lasting impression, both emotionally and physically. That's why it's so important to communicate. A well-timed ending leaves your partner feeling connected, valued, and satisfied. And for you, it reinforces your confidence and sense of control. Some men worry about losing their energy toward the end. If that's a concern, listen up. The trick is to gradually slow the pace toward the conclusion, making the experience more intimate, rather than pushing yourself beyond your limit. It's a balance between passion and control, and it's what separates a good encounter from an unforgettable one. But here's a question: what about the days when things don't go as planned? When the body doesn't cooperate, or when confidence falters? Well, that's a conversation for another time, and I have just the video you need. At the end of the day, gentlemen, mastering intimacy after 45 is all about timing: when to start, when to savor the moment, and when to conclude. But there's so much more to explore when it comes to sex at this stage of life. In fact, there are truths about intimacy after 45 that most men don't know, and they can dramatically change how you approach your relationships. To learn more, check out my video, The Truth About Sex After 45, where we dive deep into these often overlooked realities. You'll find the link right here on the end screen. See you there.